Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more latest news and gossip that's currently going on in the media. So potentially a few things to update you with video. So if you do consider subscribe as always, and if you do consider drop a like on the video. So the first topic of the development today, we'll be discussing about Lukaku, and we will be discussing about quite a few other things as well. So media reports are now coming out about Lukaku. The speculation about his current United future reportedly, because was it last month or so, last year, potentially Lukaku had been linked to a move away from Manchester United to Italy to join Juventus reportedly, because potentially Lukaku's found his form very very hard this season overall. He's been lacking goals, he hasn't really been getting the opportunity, especially since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, he hasn't really been starting from the start as Romelu Lukaku, because potentially Solskjaer's confirmed that Rashford obviously is his first choice up front, because Rashford now is our number 9, and obviously Rashford's performances have been very very good indeed. He's looking very very effective in that central position, as we all currently know, and somewhere along the line we do want to tie him to a new contract, Marcus Rashford, because his current deal ends in 2020. As we all currently know, and he's been a United player since the age of 7, and he's progressed the ranks very, very well as Marcus Rashford. But potentially he's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first choice over Lukaku, as we all currently know, because what Rashford can develop and what Rashford can offer up front, potentially, Lukaku can't do this, but Lukaku won't leave Manchester United because he's come out with an Instagram post saying they don't work, they do tell lies or something like that. He put on his Instagram post, do Romelu Lukaku. I think this was actually on Sunday nights. He said they work, they don't tell lies, they don't work. They tell lies or something like that. It was something like that. Lukaku had put in on his Instagram post, as we all know. But potentially, could his new role now be at Manchester United? Coming on as a super sub, because his role at Manchester United, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, especially, has been a role on the bench, as we all know. Because as we all know, Rashford is first choice up front. But Lukaku, he's still scored 3 goals in his last 5 games. For Manchester United. Scored in his last 3. 2 of them from subs. One against Reading as well, and he's still a proven prolific goal scorer. Is Romelu Lukaku. He scored a lot of goals in his first season with Manchester United. Don't forget, he's a well-proven goal scorer. In the Premier League as Romelu Lukaku, and I know a lot of people have concerns about his first touch, and he's slow, and he doesn't potentially complement our front line. Because you've got the likes of Martial, who's got pace, who can press out the pitch. Rashford can press out the pitch and he's got pace. Lingard's even got pace as well. So I just don't see how Rashford, Lukaku complements our front liner, to be quite honest with you. But I think he'll stay at Manchester United. Obviously, we paid £75 million for him, and he has scored a lot of goals for Belgium as well as Romelu Lukaku. I think he scored about 45 goals as well, so he's a proven prolific goal scorer, as we all know. But could his new role be at Manchester United, potentially, a super sub, like potentially, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a player, he was a super sub. Was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But yeah, I don't think Lukaku will be leaving Manchester United, because obviously now Solskjaer's got the team playing in the right manner, he's got the team playing in the right vein, and he's getting the best out of these group of players. Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and these players have Solskjaer's got the players, they have rejuvenated the form now of the players, as we all know, because they are playing to potential level. Solskjaer's getting the best out of them. The players are getting the best out of Solskjaer, as we all currently know. They're playing really, really well, creating more chances, scoring goals, as we all know, creating more chances, as I said. Pogba's getting the freedom to express himself, as we all currently know. The front men are getting the freedom, to interchange closer together. Fullbacks are getting higher up the pitch, as I currently said. And potentially, it's still coming out in the media that potentially, Pochettino reportedly is still number 1, to come in at Manchester United. But reports were coming out the other week, as I did say, regarding Pochettino, because potentially, according to Tottenham chairman Danny Levy, reportedly dispelled the myth, and he said even if Man United were to offer in excess of £50 million for Mauricio Pochettino, Danny Levy would not let him go. So Danny Levy is ruthless, and he's refusing, to let Mauricio Pochettino leave, because essentially, it has been potentially, Ed Woodward's number 1 choice. It did confirm about 2-3 weeks ago that Man United had been in talks with him, and Ed Woodward were in transfer talks with Mauricio Pochettino, as we all currently know. So reportedly, he still remains the number 1, to come in on a full-time basis at the end of the season, Pochettino, because I think Pochettino's happy at Tottenham anywhere. He's fully committed to Tottenham, as we all know. He's still looking to win his first major honour as manager. Obviously, he's been managing Tottenham since 2014, as we all know. He signed a 5-year deal last summer, so it would potentially cost us to recommend Pochettino in at the end of the season if he was to come in, when we could save that money, keep Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and get a signing with that money, because potentially we do need a signing in our squad. As we all know, we need a central defender. I think we need on the right. We need a centre defensive mid that's fast and tenacious, because I said all our attack is coming from the left, as I said. But Pochettino's still linked with a move to Manchester United, as we all currently know. But I think he's fully committed to Tottenham. Tottenham obviously are still waiting for a new stadium. He's only spent £50 million at Tottenham, since 2014. Of course, obviously Tottenham have got problems of their own, because obviously they've got Harry Kane out until March, and it's unlikely, Tottenham are going to spend in this January transfer window. To be quite honest with you, Pochettino does keep being linked with a move to Old Trafford, and Pochettino has been managing, since 2009, and he's good at developing young players. He's Mauricio Pochettino. But it did come out in the press about 3 or 4 weeks ago, was it, or something like that he was saying that he wanted to manage Tottenham for 20 years. This is what he said. He'd love to manage Tottenham for 20 years, and he did say Tottenham have to operate differently, to win titles, as Mauricio Pochettino come out in the media and admitted. But reportedly, obviously, our club is still recruiting, to get a director of football into the club as well. So reportedly, we're looking to get a director of football in before we look, towards getting a full-time manager in. I think Paul Mitchell name has been mentioned. He's currently at RP Leipzig reportedly, so Paul Mitchell's name has been mentioned, to come to be the director of football at Manchester United. So we are still looking to hire a director of football to come in, as we all currently know. But reports coming out the other week that actually Solskjaer was the number one choice, to get the job, to get the full-time job at Manchester United, after the Spurs game, because potentially Ed Woodward had praised him, for the work he's done so far at Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So reportedly Solskjaer did admit he'd love the job on a full-time basis. He said it would be hard for him to turn the job down at Manchester United on a full-time basis, because he's got this team playing the way that they should be playing. I think this team can become a replica of what the team did under Alex Ferguson, what the team achieved under the Alex Ferguson era, for 27 years, as we all know. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer likes the attacking philosophy. He likes the width as well as the Solskjaer. Tactically, he's getting it absolutely spot on, and potentially he knows the champions of the club, he knows the culture of the club, as we all know, because he was a great player for 11 years, was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And he's obviously, when he managed the reserve team, watched some of these players grow and develop, as we all know, did Solskjaer. But obviously, our objective this season is to get into that top 4 position, as we all know, because there's quite a few teams in it to get top 4, and we're definitely in, with a shout for the top 4 this season. Maybe we still are a year or two off the league, because potentially we do need a couple of signings, but I do believe, and I have trustworthy in Solskjaer, that he can elevate us to that higher level, where we want to be, and get us back up there, compete with the likes of Manchester City and Liverpool. So potentially that will be our target, probably, for next season, as we all currently know. But yeah, it's a good start, the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, 7 wins out of 7 now, 6 league wins, 1 win in the FA Cup, 3 clean sheets, as I said, in the process as well. Solskjaer's now become the first manager to win his first 6 league games, potentially. So he has beaten Sir Matt Busby's record, because I think Sir Matt Busby actually won his first 5, to be quite honest with you. But there's been a lot of vast improvements, since Solskjaer's coming, as we all know, and you can just see the players want to play for this manager, and there's a belief in the players, there's a confidence in the players, there's a motivation in the team, as we all know. And Solskjaer doesn't rest on his laurels, because he does show that inspiration, as we all know. Solskjaer may not get the job on a full-time basis. It's still maybe Pochettino that comes in. It's still maybe Pochettino or Zinedine Zidane or whatever. But I think Solskjaer, in my opinion, should get the job on a full-time basis, because he knows everything about this club, as we all know. And, I would give Solskjaer the money now, to potentially spend. We may probably not get any signs in the January window. We may wait until the summer till we get a new manager, or will it be Solskjaer who keeps it on? I do not currently know. But the latest news about Romelu Lukaku, as I currently said, reportedly he was linked with a move to Juventus last month. There was speculation regarding his future, because he hasn't been a regular since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come in, because obviously Rashford has obviously been a first choice, because Rashford's performances have been very, very good. But I did say the brilliance of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can improve Romelu Lukaku, and to be quite honest with you, can improve him. And he has proven that. He scored 3 times in his last 5 games, as we all know, 2 of them from subs. So I think he's probably a player that's going to be an impact from the bench. is Romelu Lukaku, because obviously Rashford is first choice, because what Rashford can offer, as I said, Lukaku can't do this, as we all currently know. So that's potentially, the latest news to update you with on that. But even if we don't make any signs in this January transfer window, as I currently said, because we do need a central defender and all that, but as I've confirmed to you with the news, if we can get De Gea a new contract, if we can get Paul Pogba a new contract, if we can get Martial a new contract, and we can tie Rashford to a new contract, that would be fantastic for us. That would absolutely be our January transfer window. That would be fantastic. And then probably wait until, to get some signings in the summer, because reports have been coming out, regarding, Paul Pogba yesterday, as I did update you in the media. It said in the media that Paul Pogba wanted to sit down to discuss a new contract with Manchester United, and this would be good for Paul Pogba, because we've seen the best of him in the last month now. Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Pogba's performances have been very, very well. He's been scoring, he's been providing, he's been getting the freedom, to express himself very, very well. As Paul Pogba, and when he's in this kind of form, he can be a player that's on 12 to 15 goals a season, and potentially Pogba is one of the best players in the world, best midfielders in the world. Potentially, when he's in that kind of form, and he wasn't proving this under Mourinho. Because obviously Mourinho didn't get along with the board. Mourinho criticised, a lot of the players. He publicly criticised quite a lot of the players as well. And Pogba didn't want to play under Jose Mourinho, and obviously the majority of this team didn't want to play under Mourinho, as we all know. But potentially, Paul Pogba, if he was to sign a new contract, it would be good news, indeed, to be quite honest with you, because potentially this would be, if he is to sign his new contract, this would be one of the best moments of his current playing career, playing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Paul Pogba, if he was to, tie down to a new contract. Pogba has still got 2 years left on his current deal until 2021, I think. But if he's to sign his new contract, obviously Paul Pogba will demand that. He does want a wage increase. I think he wants the same amount of wages as currently Alexis Sanchez is receiving, probably somewhere along the line of that as well. But it will be good news, if Paul Pogba can get a new contract, and potentially, we know that potentially he was heavily linked to a move to Juventus, when Jose Mourinho was in charge, especially at the last stages of his tenure, when I think Juventus had been interested in Barcelona, had been interested in Paul Pogba, reportedly. Because potentially, Paul Pogba, from his own perspective, did admitted that he did want to go back to Juventus, reportedly, and Juventus were interested, as we all currently know. But potentially now everything's changed, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming in. I think Pogba, feels happy at Manchester United, and now he does reportedly want to sign a new contract, because we did pay £89 million for him. I think he's the fifth most expensive signing in the world. Obviously, he's our most expensive signing. Is Paul Pogba. And we have got under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all currently know, we have got the best out of him under Solskjaer. Paul Pogba, but hopefully we can time down to a new contract, and he has demanded this. Paul Pogba, he wants a new Manchester United contract, which is very, very good to hear. As I currently said, but he had 4 good years at Juventus, obviously, when he was young in his prime. Actually, he was very, very good at Juventus 4 years, but actually he began his senior career with Manchester United, when he was a lot younger in his prime. But obviously, Alex Ferguson let him go because he wasn't guaranteed first team football. So then he went to have 4 good years with Juventus, and then we paid £89 million for him. Struggled, under Jose Mourinho. But since Solskjaer's come in, he has found his form very, very well, as Paul Pogba been scoring, providing, just like Marcus Rashford as we all currently know. And same with Anthony Martial, because he's very, very good on that left hand side, and he does create the width very, very well. Does Anthony Martial, as we all know. He can cause problems for fullbacks, with his pace, can Anthony Martial. Reportedly, he did say we're on the brink of securing him a 5-year deal, Anthony Martial. This would be fantastic news, because Martial is 23 years of age, as we all know. He's still got a lot of years ahead to grow and develop and flourish, as Anthony Martial, even though he did activate a 12-month extension on his current contract last year. So he's under contract till the summer of 2020 now, is Anthony Martial, because we activated a 12-month extension on his current deal, but reportedly said we are on the brink of securing him a 5-year deal, after Man United have been in talks of securing him a new deal. But being a United player since 2015, so he has been here a good 3.5, 4 years now, as Anthony Martial, as we all know. But potentially last October, he turned down a contract offer. His representative did actually say he was pessimistic about Martial signing a new long-term deal, and he actually said Martial wanted to leave last summer. So this is what his current representative said, as we all know. But Martial has been in absolutely fantastic form this season, complements our front line very, very well, and I think he looks very, very good on that left-hand side, Martial, to be quite honest with you. So he said reportedly reportedly we're on the brink of getting him a new 5-year deal at the club as well. But we've still got other players coming to the end of the contract, and we do need to, sort this out. I still think, there's players that are going to be leaving Manchester United as well, as I have said to you. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens about that. What else we're going to update you on? But potentially as well, same news with David De Gea. Hopefully somewhere along the line we can get him a new deal as well, and that would be fantastic because he's been really really good since he's come in 2011. So we have got many good years out of De Gea. To be quite honest with you, reportedly last time I heard that Man United were in talks of getting him a new long-term deal at the club. We know he was on the brink of joining Real Madrid in 2015, and we know that the likes of Paris Saint-Germain and Juventus have been interested in. But De Gea has committed his long-term future with Manchester United. We activated a 12-month extension on his current contract last year as well to keep him under contract until 2020, David De Gea. But he's committed his long-term future at Manchester United. He wants to stay at Manchester United, does David De Gea, because we've had him since 2011, so we've had him a good 7-8 years now. David De Gea has made over 300 odd appearances, as we all know, won Clubs Player of the Year 4 out of 5 seasons, won St Matt Buzzard's Player of the Year, quite a few times, and his performances have just been absolutely phenomenal. He's potentially, the best goalkeeper in the world. I think he's demanding. He obviously wants a wage increase in this new deal, what he signs. I think he's demanding that he wants around £300,000 a week. So potentially, De Gea wants to become one of the club's highest paid players, as I currently know. Because at the moment, obviously Sanchez is our highest paid player on £500,000 a week, and obviously Sanchez has been struggling for starts as well. Because Sanchez obviously, not really established himself since he's come, to Manchester United. But obviously, as I said, Martial's obviously first choice over Alexis Sanchez as well. So Sanchez and Lukaku will find it difficult, to get game time, from the start now, as we all know, with Martial, progressing up the ranks and Rashford progressing up the ranks, as we all know. As I did say, so yeah, potentially, hopefully, somewhere along the line we can get David De Gea a new deal at the club as well, which would be very, very good to see. And obviously, we're still in talks of getting Ander Herrera a new deal at Manchester United, as we all know. Herrera, to be quite fair, I've been very, very pleased with Herrera because he's, dramatically improved, and he's obviously becoming more of a regular under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Because early on this season, he wasn't, he wasn't a real starter. Was Ander Herrera. He was struggling, to get starts from the start. But now he's getting regular game time under Herrera, and hopefully somewhere along the line we can time down to a new contract, because I think it complements our midfield, with Matic and Matic and Pogba and all that. And I'm being very, very impressed with Matic and Solskjaer's coming. He's dramatically improved as the Nemanja Matic, as we all know. Obviously he's slow and he does have weaknesses about his game, but his distribution's improved, his passing. I think Matic has been good, as we all know, but he has improved under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to be quite fair. So too as well, Marouane Fellaini is obviously out for 3 to 4 weeks with a calf injuries. That's confirmed. I think he could be one of the players that are going to be leaving. Solskjaer was willing to sell him for around £15 million. It did say, I think a few teams have been interested in Marouane Fellaini reportedly, but I just don't see how he fits in this new regime and this new system at Manchester United, because he was a plan B under Jose Mourinho, was Fellaini, but I can see him, getting sold, to be quite honest with you, Marouane Fellaini, because he's not going to get the game time now that he wants. He's obviously been here since 2013. Got him under the David Moyes era, as we all know. As we all know, potentially same with Juan Mata as well. He's coming to an end of his deal with Manchester United as well. So hopefully somewhere along the line we can get to terms with him on the new deal as well, Juan Mata, because he did admit he does miss Spain. He's not sure where he will be next season. Reportedly the club looking to sign him a new 1-year extension on his current contract, because his contract expires this summer. Does Juan Mata, as we all currently know. But as I said, he's still been a very, very consistent player, since we got him in 2014, from Chelsea, Juan Mata. Obviously, Lingard has been preferred choice on that right-hand side above Juan Mata, as we all currently know, because, he actually risen up the ranks, in Spain with Real Madrid, as we all know. Potentially, he had 4 years, when he was a lot younger in his prime under Emery as well. Spent 3 years at Chelsea, Juan Mata, and he's been here now. This is his 5th season with Manchester United. He's made over 200 appearances, for the club as Juan Mata since he's been, and he's won everything here apart from the Premier League, and that's the only thing, Juan Mata has not won, as we all know. So hopefully somewhere along the line we can get him a new 1-year deal. We reportedly are going to be reducing his £170,000 a week wage as well. So hopefully, obviously, along with this, as I currently said. But as I did say as well, I think players could be leaving. As I did say, I think Fellaini's going to be going. Same with Antonio Valencia. I do think he's going to be going as well. Antonio Valencia. Due to that, he's hardly played this season. He's had injury problems this season. Is Antonio Valencia, and obviously he's no longer our first choice right back. Is Antonio Valencia. As we all currently know, it's Ashley Young, first choice right back. As we all currently know, because Ashley Young, since he's been here, he's made over 300 odd appearances. Ashley Young's been here since 2011, as we all currently know, and he's won everything here apart from the Champions League, of course, and he has been first choice at that right back as Ashley Young, as we all know. We're still in talks of getting him a new contract extension as well. But with Valencia, he's hardly played this season. He's been a good servant over the years for Manchester United. Valencia and Ashley Young, I think, are both 33 years of age now, as I currently said. But Valencia, as I did say, he's been here since 2009. He's been here, nearly 10 years now, nearly made over 300 odd appearances, as we all know, as Antonio Valencia. But he could be actually departing in this summer for Valencia as well, because he's found game time difficult this season for Manchester United. And he's madly played in the Premier League this season as Antonio Valencia, as we all know. And there's been speculation about Darmian, leaving the club as well, Matteo Darmian, because essentially he did say that Juventus were also interested in Matteo Darmian, as he did confirm, because essentially Matteo Darmian has found game time really, really difficult at Manchester United, to be quite honest with you. Matteo Darmian, since we got him in 2015, from Torino, because obviously he's highly experienced of playing in Italy, when he was young in his prime, Matteo Darmian. We paid just over, was it £12 million for him for Torino. He has been here since 2015, so this is his, fourth season now, is it, with Manchester United? But potentially he's found game time difficult. He found it hard under Louis van Gaal, he found it hard under Mourinho, and now he's found it hard under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So there's strong speculation that he could be leaving and going to Juventus on loan, Matteo Darmian. Reportedly, Juventus have been in negotiations. It reportedly stemmed from the Italian press that Juventus and Manchester United have come to an agreement that Juventus are going to get him on loan, pay us around 2 or 3 million. I think it's around 2 or 3 million or something like that, to get him on loan, and then potentially make the deal permanent in the summer, with Juventus probably paying an extra £7-8 million to make the deal permanent in the summer. So last time I heard about that, that looks like that could happen as well. Manchester United have extended a 1 year extension on his current contract, so we can cash in for the player rather than let him go on a free transfer in the summer as well, Matteo Darmian. So potentially he could be leaving as well. But we still know that we do maybe need a couple of signings. But if we can get new deals for Martial, Rashford, Pogba, and De Gea, who are potentially our best players, that would be really, really good. And then we'll probably think about getting the signings, that we want, this summer. As we all currently know, as I said. So that's really the latest news to update you with. So news has also been coming out in the media today regarding Eden Hazard, because potentially Eden Hazard, potentially his future is still uncertain with Chelsea. He has been at Chelsea since 2012 as Eden Hazard, as we all know. He's been at Chelsea 7 years now, and he's won everything, as he has, suggested out, apart from the Community Shield. So potentially he's won everything in English football as Eden Hazard, as he has come last summer, Eden Hazard, that he did actually want to leave Chelsea, after the World Cup. He did admit he wanted to leave. But Real Madrid have been heavily linked with Eden Hazard, as we all know, because potentially Real Madrid are well known for buying Premier League players. They've bought like 23 or 24 since 2000 of Real Madrid, as we all currently know. But he hasn't ruled out a move. He hasn't ruled out making a move to Real Madrid. But he has admitted that he could still, commit his long-term future at Chelsea. So he's saying some things could still keep him at Chelsea. Ruled out a move to Real Madrid in the summer as Eden Hazard. But there's a report coming out from the Manchester Evening News that reportedly, discussing about a Manchester United transfer. It did say he wouldn't be interested in following it. This is part of the article. It did say he wouldn't be interested in following Zinedine Zidane to Manchester United, even though Hazard, admires Zinedine Zidane, his desire to play under him, because he loves Zinedine Zidane, does Eden Hazard, as we all currently know. But potentially that's what's come out in the media, and he did admit last summer, did Eden Hazard, that he did want to leave Chelsea. But obviously he hasn't scored now in his last 8 games, because potentially Sarri's system, obviously Sarri has been putting Eden Hazard in a false number 9 position, as we all know, and that's not obviously his preferred role. His preferred position is on the left-hand side, so when Chelsea obviously get the when they complete this signing of Gonzalo Higuain, which is not officially announced as yet. He probably will be put back to the left-hand side where his favourite position is Eden Hazard. But he's been a fantastic player for Chelsea. You know, he's potentially still, in my opinion, a third best player, you know, in the Premier League behind De Bruyne and Salah. But Hazard has scored over 100 odd goals for Chelsea. As we all know, what a fantastic player he would be if he actually was, you know, to make the move to Manchester United. But it won't happen because he's no intentions of coming to United, you know, with Zinedine Zidane, obviously. But we know that Zinedine Zidane has been heavily linked with the Manchester United job as well. But obviously Pochettino still remains number one. But Zinedine Zidane obviously has been managerless since May last year, as we all currently know. And he did say, you know, he has intentions of coming to managing the Premier League. You know, Zinedine Zidane never managed or played in the Premier League, as we all know. But I think since Zinedine Zidane's left Real Madrid, you know, Real Madrid have had problems of their own. And since Ronaldo's left Real Madrid have had problems of their own. But Zinedine Zidane has dealt with top players. He's a proven winner. He's won trophies. He's won individual awards, as we all know, because he won Champions League with Real Madrid. And when he was a player, you know, with what Juventus and Real Madrid, you know, he won trophies as a player with them as well. I think he actually played for Bordeaux in his playing career as well. Did Zinedine Zidane, as we all currently know. But we know that he's been linked with the Manchester United job as well as Zinedine Zidane. But even if he was to come in, from Eden Hazard's perspective, he's still no intentions of coming to Manchester United with Zinedine Zidane, even though he admires Zinedine Zidane, Eden Hazard, as we all currently know. So that's the news to update with. But he hasn't, you know, said that he's going to be fully leaving Chelsea. He could still stay at Chelsea, he's admitted, but he has not ruled out making a move to Real Madrid this summer. And obviously, his current contract ends in 2020 with Chelsea. Chelsea want to get him a new contract with Chelsea. Chelsea have been in contract talks to try and get him a new contract. So far, hasn't worked out, as we all currently know. So there's strong speculation that Eden Hazard could leave Chelsea, you know, in the summer. But he wouldn't be interested in making a move to Manchester United either way, as he has confirmed. As he has confirmed. But a bit of news is actually, you know, coming out now about the Gonzalo Higuain situation, as we all know, because potentially Sarri has confirmed he wants to bolster his squad up, as we all know, because Chelsea could see players leave. So potentially, as I did say, David Luiz is coming to end of his contract in the summer. Gary Cahill's going to be leaving. I think he could be leaving Gary Cahill. Obviously, they want a replacement with Cesc Fabregas and they want a backup for Jorginho as well. The Chelsea, as I just said, Eden Hazard's future is uncertain. And potentially Callum Hudson is obviously being linked with a move to Bayern Munich, as we all currently know. But news is coming out now about Gonzalo Higuain. Potentially Chelsea want to get this completed, as we all know, because Chelsea have agreed to get Gonzalo Higuain on loan. You know, they have agreed this with Juventus. Potentially Chelsea going to get him on a 6-month loan, maybe with the deal, with the option to make the deal permanent in the summer, but potentially it's likely it will develop into a further 12 months will the loan, as it has confirmed. But potentially Gonzalo Higuain, regarding AC Milan, have confirmed. Well, the assistant manager of AC Milan has said Gonzalo Higuain's potential move to Chelsea is reportedly, you know, still in the air. Reportedly because no movement there's not been any more extensive talks in the last couple of days, according to the assistant manager of AC Milan, reportedly. But we know potentially Chelsea still waiting for this to be completed, you know, with Gonzalo Higuain. Gonzalo Higuain was left out of the squad on Monday, as he did confirm, which was yesterday. But Chelsea are hopeful of getting Gonzalo Higuain because potentially Milan want a replacement for Higuain. Obviously, to Chelsea want a replacement for Morata, and it is going to be looking like it's going to be Gonzalo Higuain. But I think he'll fit the Chelsea agenda very, very well. I think he'll fit the lines very, very well. I think he'll score them goals. Sarri knows him. He knows Sarri. Of course, does Gonzalo Higuain, as I currently said, and he did admit Higuain. He does want to make the move to Stamford Bridge, as he has confirmed, because he handed in a transfer request. Did Gonzalo Higuain, but I think he'll do very, very well. And we know the Chelsea directors and the Chelsea board have strong reservations about it, because potentially considering his age, because he is age 31. But Chelsea have had a good transfer policy in this January transfer window. But as I did say, the Chelsea directors and the Chelsea board have strong reservations about it, reportedly because he's age 31. Chelsea have a strict policy of only giving players a 12-month contract to age 30 or over, as we all know. But it has been Sarri's number one target, as we all know. And I think Chelsea need someone in that front line, that's going to score them goals, and lead the lines, because Morata has failed to do this, as we all clearly know. But Higuain, as I said, he's proven, he's a proven goal scorer, as we all know. I know he didn't do the goods at AC Milan. He was poor with AC Milan, to be quite honest with you. But, when he was a lot younger in his prime, he had 6 good years with Real Madrid, as we all know. He had 3 good years with Napoli, as we all know. He scored 36 goals in one season with Napoli, so he did break the Serie A record, did Gonzalo Higuain, as we all currently know. He had 2 fantastic years with Juventus as well, but he didn't do so good with AC Milan. But that doesn't mean he's not going to do good with Chelsea. So he's reuniting with Sarri, and he knows Sarri, and Sarri knows him well as well. But it has not been made official as yet, because the AC Milan assistant managers confirmed it's still in the air at the moment. Higuain's potential move to Stamford Bridge, as it has confirmed. But with the Morata situation, going on with Alvaro Morata, as we all currently know, obviously Chelsea have agreed a deal with Atletico Madrid. Chelsea and Atletico Madrid have been in negotiation with Chelsea, and reported Atletico Madrid have come to an agreement with Chelsea to get Alvaro Morata on loan. So initially he's going to be joining Atletico Madrid on loan, is Alvaro Morata, but then Atletico Madrid do have the option to make the deal permanent in the summer by paying around for just under £50 million, something like that. So financially, Chelsea will potentially, lose out on money, because potentially they're selling him for less. They're going to be selling him for less than what they paid for him. So they've lost out on 16 odd million pounds, or something like that, as we all know. But we know there's been a host of clubs that have been interested in Morata, but now Atletico Madrid are the favourites to get him. So this is basically completed. So it's completed that he's gone to Atletico Madrid, but it's still pending on an official announcement, because potentially, as I did say, Atletico Madrid have either got to get rid of Gelson Martins or Klasnic, as we all know. And reportedly, he did say Morata, he is willing to take a pay cut, as he has confirmed as well. He's willing to take a pay cut, because reportedly Morata's wages could have been a problem, but he's failed to establish himself in the Chelsea team, as we all know. He's failed to establish himself in the Chelsea team, and he hasn't lived up to expectation levels as Chelsea thought he would have done, Morata, because he has cost Chelsea a lot of points this season. He has missed a lot of chances, as well as Alvaro Morata, as we all know. And he's failed to emulate what he did when he was at Real Madrid. When he was at Juventus for 2 years, he was really, really good when he was at Real Madrid and Juventus, and he hasn't done it at Chelsea. And Chelsea paid 65 million pounds for him. He did sign a 5-year deal, with Chelsea back in when he joined them in 2017. But he's going back to his boyhood club, Atletico Madrid, because that's where he actually began his youth career, Atletico Madrid, as we all currently know. But he's still pending on an official announcement, because Chelsea have not officially completed the signing of Gonzalo Higuain yet, even though Chelsea and Juventus have come to an agreement. And obviously, AC Milan want a replacement for Higuain, and obviously Atletico Madrid need to offload one of their players to get Alvaro Morata in there. But do you think he'll fit into Atletico Madrid's team, Alvaro Morata? I'm not too sure, to be quite honest with you. He did confirm, Morata, that he did want to make the move to start to Atletico Madrid, as he did confirm. But potentially, as I did say, with the Callum Hudson situation, he's obviously been heavily linked with a move to Bayern Munich, as it has confirmed. He's been heavily linked with a move to Bayern Munich, because potentially Bayern Munich want to get some young players in their squad, as they have confirmed, because they've got Arjen Robben that's set to leave in the summer. They've got obviously Ribery that's aging up. They've got Lauren Downsky that's aging up. Bayern Munich have been in talks of getting Callum Hudson on the board, and I think Callum Hudson does want to make the move to Bayern Munich, because he's still very, very young. He's 18. There's been no signs of him signing a new deal with Bayern Munich. As we all know, with Chelsea, as we all know, Callum Hudson, he's been struggling to get game time this season with Chelsea, especially in the Premier League, as Callum Hudson. Bayern Munich so far in the process have had 3 bids turned down for Callum Hudson, as we all clearly know. So he could be leaving Stamford Bridge as well. And obviously Chelsea want a replacement for Cesc Fabregas, as it has confirmed. Obviously they have targeted Leandro Paredes, the Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder, age 24. Confirmed he does want to leave Russia, but Chelsea could be, have a major blow in that, situation now, reportedly, as I did say, according to the Italian journalist Di Marzio, he's a very, very reliable journalist. He confirmed, the Italian journalist, that PSG have made an approach and they've made an offer for the player. I think he did say PSG have made an offer of around £31 million for the Zenit St. Petersburg midfielder. Reportedly now, from the player's perspective, he is keen on going to Paris Saint-Germain. Is this Leandro Paredes? So reportedly PSG are looking to hijack Chelsea's move for the player, because it has been Sarri's number one priority target to replace Cesc Fabregas in the Chelsea team, and obviously want to back up for Jorginho as well. But reportedly it did say Chelsea had come to an agreement with Zenit St. Petersburg. He said a contract had been agreed, personal terms had been agreed, but a fee hadn't been agreed because so far in the process, Chelsea have had 2 bids turned down. Zenit at one point was saying they wanted 36 million for him. But potentially now reportedly Zenit are demanding that they want around over £40 million for him, so they have put it up. Zenit have put their asking price up for the player, but it did say Chelsea willing to offer him an £80,000 a week contract, 4.5-year deal, and around 4.5 million a year or something like that. But he's 24, Leandro Paredes. Reportedly, he's got some good physical attributes. His passing's supposed to be very, very good as well. He's Zenit St. Petersburg, and reportedly he's been good for Zenit St. Petersburg. Zenit did pay £24 million in from Roma. He actually began his boyhood club with Boca Juniors, and I think he's been at Chevy on employee on a loan in the past as well as a player. And he's 24 years of age, so you'd still get a lot of years out of Leandro Paredes. But that's been one of Chelsea's main targets, as we all know, is Leandro Paredes, as we hopefully know. So yeah, so that's mainly potentially the latest news to update. So the main part of this video is Lukaku won't leave Manchester United. Lukaku's put an Instagram post on saying that, as I did say, when they don't work there, tell lies or something like that. Lukaku would put on an Instagram post, as I said, but we know Lukaku isn't first choice now under Solskjaer, because obviously Rashford is above him, because due to Rashford's fantastic performances he has been putting out, as we all currently know. And obviously Rashford will be first choice to start against Arsenal, because what Rashford could offer up front, Lukaku can't do this, as we all know. But I think Lukaku has rejuvenated his form under Solskjaer, even though he hasn't been starting from the start, but he's still scored 3 goals in his last 5 games. As we all know, he was strongly linked with a move to Juventus last month, and I actually did update you on that, because a lot of people have concerns about Lukaku because his first touch concerns me. He doesn't have any pace. You know what I mean, and all that. And if you were to put him in another team, in like Manchester City's team, he would have complemented their front line, because he doesn't have any pace. Romelu Lukaku, and his first touch is awful, as we all know. But I think the brilliance of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, can potentially improve Romelu Lukaku, and I think he has rejuvenated his form, to quite far. I think Matic has rejuvenated his form as well, to be quite honest with you. But as I did say regarding, the Eden Hazard news that's coming out of the media, reportedly he's been discussing about a Manchester United transfer. We know he's been linked to a move to Real Madrid, and then Eden Hazard has not ruled an official move to Real Madrid in the summer. We know it would cost Real Madrid probably around £80 million to get him in the summer. His current deal ends with Chelsea in 2020. Chelsea want to get him a new deal, reportedly, but Eden Hazard did admit he wanted to leave Chelsea last summer after the World Cup, but obviously recently he's been playing in a false number 9 position as Eden Hazard, as we all know. So potentially when Gonzalo Higuain does come in, which is likely to happen at Chelsea, he will be put back on the left-hand side with Eden Hazard. But Eden Hazard confirmed in the media he is no interest in coming to Manchester United with Zinedine Zidane. So potentially that's not going to happen, as we all know. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do consider subscribe, as always, we'll be back with more live videos very, very soon. Very, very soon. So take